Hello. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys more of my favorite worship chords. Alright, okay, so I am using the MIDI keyboard this time. You know, the previous video that I created about my favorite worship piano chords, a lot of people said, hey, you know, we like your style. Can you do more videos on how you play? We just enjoy the way you play. Right? So this video is gonna be one of those videos where it's like I'm showing you and teaching you guys what I'm doing. I'm gonna give you guys also suggestions on what I'm doing and some tips and you know how you guys can improve. I don't have the full keyboard here, but this is what I'm working with now until I actually get or buy another keyboard. So when that time comes, that time will come. But without further ado, we are playing the small keyboard. You can see the size of my hands and the size of the keyboard. This keyboard is actually a bit broken. You know, there's some, you know, you can tell. But nevertheless, the show can still continue. All right. So if you remember in the previous video, one of my favorite progressions is the 4-5-6. And if you just want to create like in a worship type of atmosphere, if you want to create just some sort of, you know, an atmosphere, you know, ready to prime people for worship, then the 4-5-6 would do the job. Anything that, you know, includes ending almost like on a minor chord. So like if you start on the major, so I'm playing of course in the key of D flat. It's my favorite key, right? And I've got a sustain pedal connected in the like, you know, connected to this little keyboard, and I'm using a software, and I'm using FL Studio 21 to kind of, you know, I'm playing reverse your instruments, if that makes sense. Cool. So what I'm trying to say, essentially, whenever you want in a worship setting, start off with a high chord. No, not high. When I say high chord, I mean like start off with a major chord. Like when you start on this chord, it's like you're starting, like you're trying to say, okay, cool, we're entering. Like, okay, there's the 4 chord itself is like, okay, cool, wow, it's just like it's like inspiration, you know. So when you start on the 4, okay, but then the 4 also wants to get to the, like, it wants to continue moving, and that's you create that movement with the chords you play. So we start with the 4, which is F sharp major, and after we go to G sharp major, so 2 majors and then the minor, and then we can go back to a major. So what I've realized, you know, it's like major, major, minor, major, major. We're only having 1 minor chord in there, you know, and that's of course, those type of chords. Let me kind of break down the actual chords I'm playing. So I'm playing, let's actually do this in the number chord system. So we're playing 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. But we're playing the 7 in second inversion. We're playing basically the 5 in second inversion, and that kind of gives it a different tone. But you know, when we start on the, you can see. And we're emphasizing. So if I was to actually play in a worship setting right now, I'm gonna kind of just play now for at least a minute, and after you guys, I want to explain a bit more further. Okay, so I'm gonna do the 4-5-6 again. Something like that. Okay, alright, I'm gonna just bring it down an octave. Because this is a MIDI keyboard, I'm limited to the range I have, and I do miss the big keyboard, but you know, the show must go on continuing. Alright, cool, so that's the 4-5-6, you know. And the great thing about this progression, you probably hear it a lot once you kind of get used to just even developing your ear. And I'll do more videos on how I developed even my ear to a certain extent. I'm not pitch perfect, but you know, I can understand relative pitch, you know, especially when it comes to progressions, because that's what the main thing is about. You know, you play progressions, you don't just play chords and just, you know, of course when it comes to melodies now, you play the chords with the melody. So a lot of what you're seeing me do is actually playing chords with melody. So I like to do things like just whatever I feel I play. Dun, 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 dun. See what I'm saying? You just yeah. Huh. Alright, so yeah, I can actually get carried away so easily, and this video is not this video is like one of those just I'm just kind of showing you, you know, and playing at the same time so you can see, and also it sets the precedent for like say my future videos now. So when you guys can go inside the comments and say, yo, I want to know more about this specifically. I want you to teach me this specifically, and I'll be able to do that now because I got more information based on what you want to learn and what you want to know. But this video is more like a general overview. But at the same time, favorite progressions. Okay, that's the 4, 5, 6. Cool. Oh, that one is actually the 4, then 6, then 5. But essentially, we're just using 3 main chords, and we're kind of, you know, the keyboard itself on the piano. There's in total, it depends on what scale you're using, but we're using just, let's say we're using the major scale, the D major scale, D flat major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like 8 tones that you can, or 7 tones, but the 8th one is also the same thing on the octave. But there's a limited number of tones that you can, you know, use, and then you can, of course, you can get extended chords. You know, for example, if I wanted to play, of course, I'm limited here, but and one tip that I found that well, what am I trying to say? When it comes to trying to play extended chords, especially when I'm trying to play extra chords and spice things up, you just add in more notes. That's all you do. The basis of what you're playing is always the same. And even if you listen to all the music on the radio and whatever, everything, especially if they play according to the scale, to like a set scale, it's always gonna be the same, you know. You're always gonna hear, especially those type of, especially the 4, the 5, the 6, the 1, the 2, and the 3, and some other chords are used more than others, you know. But let's say if we want to make it a bit more happy, we won't use the 4, 5, 6. Let's say we use the 1, 5, or 1 to the 4, and then 1 to the 5. We can do something. So that's more like a praise style. So now, kind of coming out of worship and then going to praise. But we can also do more of like a worship setting feel with those chords itself. And it depends on what order you're playing them, because especially when it comes to worship, it depends on the order you're playing them and what it makes you, how it makes you feel emotionally or whatever, you know, how the chords make you feel. So if we're gonna do that, we'll play it slower. 1, 4. Taking it back to 6/4, 6/4, and then we're gonna go to the 1. See what I'm saying? Worship, a lot of minor chords. If I'm gonna be honest with you, it's just a lot of minor chords, because you can play like what I was playing, the 1, there's a 4, then the 1, 5. But if I replace that 1 with the 6, 6, 4, 1, 5, or even if it's 6, 4, 6, 5, different feel completely. But then that 6, 4, 1, 5 progression is another one I spoke about in another video, where it's like, it's almost like it's made for worship. Like, it just has that emotional feel, and if you listen to plenty of music, you realize a lot of songs has 6, 4, 1, 5, 6, 4, 1, 5. please you. Also, if you notice, like, you can do movements where you're just moving up, like 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another cool thing you can also do, like, if you want to kind of spice things up, and this is on the road or in the realm of, like, if you're doing music production, you can. That's another nice one. I love that one. The 6. Then you go to this half step down. Ooh, ooh. Bing bada bang. And you can also do that. Another cool one is a 4, 3, 6. Let me add some more chords. Do, yo, oh, ooh, hey, uh-huh. Alright, okay dokie. I think that's enough for today. But I was just kind of having fun with it and just kind of showing you guys some other cool progressions and showing you. And just the main thing for this video is, like, I want you guys to kind of come with the questions so I can make more, you know, specified videos regarding the questions you guys have. You know, and yeah, if it revolves, it's not only in terms of piano worship or, you know, piano, but it's just music theory as a whole and just music as a whole, because I love I love to create music. That's the main thing I like to do. Alright, so, you know, ask away, and then I'll do more videos like that. Just do hope I'll get a bigger keyboard, and I can do more videos like that. But it'll come, you know, that day will come, and depending on how many people actually watching these videos. And if you are watching to the end, you know, comment with a thumbs up so I know. Alright, bye.